Hello, in this video, I'm going to create a machine learning project step by step. First of all, I'm going to create a new folder for my project and I call it ML project. Then I'll use Anaconda prompt to help me to navigate to VS Code, navigate to location of the project, ML project, and type code dot. It helped me to navigate to VS Code, and this is the folder that I recently created for my project. The next step, I'm going to create a virtual environment. A virtual environment is helpful once we want to install different packages. For doing that, I launch a new terminal and use this command on the create -t. First of all, I need to understand what is the Python version that I'm going to use. Python version. This is my Python version, virtual environment. Python equal this one and -y. It takes time to create this virtual environment for me, and then after that I need to activate this virtual environment. Okay, it's done. The virtual environment, as you can see, has been created for me here. Let's activate this virtual environment by using this command, conda activate this location, ML project, and virtual environment. It is activated now. I'm going to create the repository in my GitHub as well for this project. Let's create a new repository and call it ML project. ML project, and I don't want to put a description or anything. I just want to keep it simple and create the repository. Okay, as you can see, the instruction for the next step are here. I'm going to add a new file, README file, to my project. Let's create a new file and I call it README MD. And going to say this is ML project, for example, and then save it. Okay, let's add it to the GitHub. For doing that, first of all, we need to initialize the GitHub. So first git init. Okay, let's navigate to the folder of this project in my local machine. And as you can see, this folder has been created for me by running this command. Next step, I'm going to add the README file to the GitHub. Okay, and then commit. First commit, like okay, and then use this remote command to have access to my GitHub. Good, now I would be able to push git push -u from the origin to main branch. Okay, done. Let's see, navigate to the GitHub and refresh it. Yes, this is ML project, which is the sentence that I put it in the README file. Now from here, I'm going to add a new file, and I call it gitignore, and the type of this is Python. Commit the change. Okay, I've created this one, so let's in the VS Code pull this change as well to be able to see this ignore file in VS Code as well. Git pull. Okay, as you can see, the README and git ignore, both of the file has been created for me here, and I would be able to see both of them. And then I'm going to create a new file that I'm going to call it setup.py, and the other file, which is requirements. In this requirement, I'm going to have a list of the packages that I want to install in my project, like pandas, numpy, seaborn, and at the end I'm going to add this -e dot. It helped me to make this setup file as an auto running. This setup file is going to read all of the list of the packages that needs to be installed, and then based on that install the packages automatically. Let's set up this file as well from setup tools, import, find packages. It's going to find the packages that needs to be installed, and for the setup itself we are going to set up it like this. We are able to say what is the name of the project. In this case is ML project, and we are able to introduce the name of the author and email address and everything, and version I'm going to say 0.1, and then packages. Going to find the packages and install the packages, and then install requires, and this is gonna be a function. In the next step I'm going to define this function, and the input of this function is this requirement text file. And let's define this function. As input it gets the file, for example path, which is the requirement txt, and it is a string, and as a return it will give me the list of the packages that needs to be installed, and it is a string type. Okay. And for making this one available, we are needing to add from this namespace this class import list. Okay, and then open the file, requirement file, from this file path as the object, and then introduce a variable like requirement as an empty list, and then add to requirements this file line by line. The only thing is, in this file, by reading this one and going to the next line, then backslash going to be added to that, and we don't want the backslash to be added to here, so we need to get rid of that backslash. For doing that, we need to say requirements is equal to this one, or requirement in requirements let's replace that backslash with empty, and at the end that -e, we don't want this line to be added, so we want to remove this one as well. So let's introduce another constant here, -e dot equal to this, and then saying that if that this constant is in requirements, then requirements dot remove -e dot, and at the end I want to return the requirements okay, so everything should be fine now. And I need to add another folder here as a source, and I'm going to add a file in it .py. It's going to be a packages. Now let's give it a try. Requirements.txt. As you can see, the packages are getting installed. Okay, as you can see, this folder has been created for me, and all of the things has been installed, and the packages has been installed.